gave it a try just to see if Teddy Biasi, if you found one. What is good, YouTube? And welcome to the Wrestling with Fans podcast. We are a pro wrestling podcast created by fans for fans. From a fan's perspective, my name is Kyle. It's Monday. You know what that means. What is good, Power Gaming? Welcome to the stream. I am doing wonderful. The Pens are on Game 5. It's 1-1 after 1. I'm going to go watch some Monday Night Raw. I can't watch Raw tonight. Not only because of the hockey game, but we'll start off the show. This is what we're getting for Raw tonight. Let me pull it up. So the almighty Bobby Lashley's Open Challenge Fallout. We're going to get that. We're getting Matt Riddle versus Xavier Woods. I'm down with that. But what's kind of chapping my rear end this evening is the announcement. I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm all over the place. But the announcement that Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax will once again challenge for the women's tag team championships against Natalya and Tamina. I was really hoping that we were going to get past this. That it was over. I mean, Shayna and Nia showed up on SmackDown. They're Raw superstars, so technically I don't know why they were on SmackDown to begin with. But yet, there they were. So we're going to get that feud continuing, unfortunately. They really, really want it. They really, really do want it. So here's how the stream's going to go tonight. What we're going to do, I'm going to talk about the Annie biographies. I've caught up on a few of them. Going to talk about some wrestling news. And then the last part of the show, we're going to do some Q&A. So if you've got questions, anything you want answered, or anything you would like my opinion on, leave it in the chat and we'll come back to it the second half of the show. But what I want to start off with, what I would like to start off with at the top of the program here is A&E's biography. Now, I touched on this a few weeks back on one of the earlier episodes on Stone Cold Steve Austin. I haven't really talked about it much since then. But when I got home from work today, I caught up and finally finished watching the Shawn Michaels biography. And then I started The Ultimate Warriors. I'm about 25 minutes into The Ultimate Warriors. So I haven't been able to watch all of it. But I'll tell you what, Annie, their biography series is just absolutely amazing. They do incredible work. If you've never checked one out, if you're, you can probably check with your cable provider, just to see what all they have. Because I forgot to DVR them, but they had them on demand for me, so that was nice. I was able to get them on demand. You can also watch them on A&E's website, which is nice. You can check them out there. But yeah, I highly recommend it to anybody who is interested in any kind of backstory on wrestlers, things like that. It's so good. The Shawn Michaels one really hit because I was a big Shawn Michaels fan growing up. You know, it talks about his early days in the business, being a 19-year-old kid. You know, just basically wanting a car and an apartment. That's really all he wanted. And he turned it into arguably one of the greatest professional wrestling careers in the history of professional wrestling. You got a lot of talk from his former tag team partner Marty Jannetty early on. A lot to talk from his best friend Triple H, Kevin Nash, Bruce Pritchard, a lot of The Undertaker in there, Bret Hart. So many big names were a part of this. And it talks about, it goes to his early career, how him and Marty got signed to WWE. We'll skip ahead a little bit, but how him and Marty got signed to the WWE, and they were basically fired after the first night. And they ended up earning their way back in, which was nice. He talks about some of the early days of the Rockers. Had a nice piece on the barbershop segment where he throws Marty through the window, or depending on who you ask, Marty Jannetty jumped through the plate glass window. And then the other great part was when they got to the last couple years of his career, like WrestleMania 24 against Ric Flair. There's a nice moment with Rick and Shawn. They were talking about it. And that was the reason I really wanted to talk about the documentary, because it was that moment. Ric Flair says during one of his segments that is the greatest moment in professional wrestling history. And you won't be able to argue that with him. And what I'm referring to, or what he was referring to, I should say, was the end of the match where Shawn kind of looks up. Rick's kind of standing there like he wants to keep fighting, just bring it one more time. And he looks at him and he says, "I'm sorry. I love you." Super kicks Rick's head off and pins him and ends the career. And that got me thinking, something maybe I'll do a stream on one. Some of the greatest moments in wrestling history. I think that'd be a fun topic to dive into. And that moment and that match is definitely near the top of everybody's list. Then, of course, it moved into the final stages of his career, WrestleMania 25 and 26, the epic back-to-back WrestleMania encounters with The Undertaker. Undertaker was on there, had a lot of commentary to add to that as well. And, Shawn went out on his terms. He said that the match at WrestleMania 25 is one of the greatest, performances. Everything just kind of came together. It was like a perfect storm with those two at WrestleMania 25. And they followed it up with, another great match at WrestleMania 26. For my part, WrestleMania 25 is the best wrestling match ever. And, of course, I'm a huge Undertaker fan. I have some bias to that, and, I'm allowed to. Wrestling is subjective, of course. But to me, nothing gets better than WrestleMania 25 Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. And it was nice that they went in depth on that moment. Such a great moment in wrestling. But if you haven't checked it out already, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Check on your cable provider, or check on Annie's website and watch some of these WWE biographies, the Annie biographies on WWE superstars. They're really, really good. I've enjoyed the Warriors so far. In the Ultimate Warriors biography, I'm up to the point where he just signed to WWF at the time and was going by the Dingo Warrior. So I'm still early stages of the Ultimate Warrior biography. I'll probably finish watching that tomorrow while I'm editing some videos. Speaking of editing videos, I'll give you guys a sneak peek tonight. Here in a little while here on the stream. I've been quiet on videos. I've only kind of been doing live streams lately. But I do have a brand new figure unboxing that's going to hit the channel as soon as this stream ends. So as soon as this stream ends, be on the lookout for a brand new figure unboxing. You guys joining live will get an exclusive world premiere of my brand new figure unboxing. Been quiet on figure unboxings for a while. So it's time to bring a new one out. Let me just check, because I can't even remember the last one I've done. That was British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith back on May 8th. So almost 3 weeks ago since I've posted a video. Just been live streams lately. But speaking of streams, just a quick update. Just want to give a huge shout out to a few people. Last week, I kind of did a call to action on the Wrestling with Fans Facebook page. Link is down in the video description. Trying to get a push to get to 100 subscribers. As of this moment, we are at 94. So we're a mere 6 away. And of course, when we hit that 100 subs, guys, we're going to be giving away a really awesome figure that I found in the wild last weekend. Elite Series 83 Edge Chase variant. I had been holding on to KO to give away, but it's been sitting there a while. The time has kind of passed. I found the Chase Edge along with the regular Edge that I'm keeping for myself, but one of you lucky Wrestling with Fans subscribers will win the Edge Chase variant here in the near future. We're very close to 100. But again, I'm just going to shout out a few people. Some of them I may have gotten last week, but shout out to some friends of mine: Brad, Jordan, John, Alex, Caroline, Amber, Justin, Joel, Louie. All you guys, thanks for hopping on the sub train. Again, we are getting so very close to that 100 mark. A mere 6 to go. A mere 6 subscribers to hit that 100 mark. And I can't wait to hit it, because then we're only going up from there. Also, let's get a little house cleaning out of the way, then we'll dive into some wrestling news. Speaking of social media, head over to facebook.com/Wrestling with Fans. Hulk, smash that like button to keep up to date with everything we do here on the Wrestling with Fans podcast. I already covered the YouTube channel, but you can follow us on Instagram at Wrestling with Fans. I like to post some fig photography, some crazy things I see while out on toy hunts, some fig photography, or even some fun wrestling memes. I started posting memes over there. But you can find us at Wrestling with Fans. Check us out on the web, WrestlingWithFans.com. New audio shows posted every single Saturday morning at 6:05 a.m. Start your weekend off right with the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Or you can take us on the go, download us to your favorite podcast listening device. You can find us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans podcast. Last but not least, the email is wwfshow@gmail.com. If you can't make the live stream and you want to submit some stuff for Q&As and things like that, shoot us an email anytime, wwfshow@gmail.com. We come back in here live. Let's go to the chat. Power Gaming, can't believe Kofi pinned Bobby with Drew Help. I know, I'm kind of surprised at that as well from last week. I don't think we're going to get the Summer of Kofi like we did a couple years ago, but maybe they're building him for a short-term opponent for Drew. Maybe, or not Drew, but Bobby Lashley. Hey, Shoei, welcome to the show. Yes, I started a little later tonight. Instead of starting at 7:30, all the streams are going to start at 8, so when you come in a little after 8, you're not coming at the end. You're coming in at the beginning, man. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Power Gamer says, I'm watching Raw and he looks pissed. Do you think John Cena is going to return? Power Gamer, I'm going to cover that in a few minutes. We're going to put a pin in that, and we'll get back to it here in just a few minutes. And also says, Kofi versus Drew is in a few minutes. Awesome. I might check out parts of Raw. I'll probably watch like some YouTube clips or something like that. Listen to probably Wade Keller's podcast tomorrow. the Raw poster that he records after Raw each week. Power Game, I'm glad you brought up John Cena. Because that is a great segue, man. Thank you for that. Because that is the top news story that I wanted to touch on, that I kind of wanted to chat about. John Cena is rumored to be on his way back to WWE. In the July, let's see here, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer reports Cena can make an appearance at the July 16th edition of SmackDown, the first event in WWE's upcoming live tour schedule. So yeah, if you missed the news, WWE will go on a 25-city tour, starting with SmackDown on July 16th, followed right behind that with, I believe, Money in the Bank, and then Monday Night Raw the next night. Those are the first 3 official dates where fans will be allowed back in the building. WWE's going back on tour. The Thunderdome era is coming to an end. WWE's going back on tour starting July 16th, which is the same week, I believe, that AEW. I think they're going the 14th, which is that Wednesday with Dynamite, I believe. So both AEW and WWE are planning on getting back on the road within the next couple months, guys, which is so awesome to hear. The Thunderdome era, to me, honestly, has been a lot better than the empty Performance Center era, which I wouldn't even really call an era. The Performance Center cup of coffee, it was there for a cup of coffee for a while. Then we got the Thunderdome. And we've had the Thunderdome for the better part of a year. And while live fans is going to be so much better, at least it's not an empty Performance Center like WWE started with at the beginning of this whole pandemic, 15, 16 months ago. Well, I guess technically it was 14 months ago. Their last shows were in March. But Mike Johnson of PW Insider was not able to confirm any talks between WWE and Cena, but did note the filming of Cena's Peacemaker series wraps up filming on July 6th. That would give him plenty of time to get back into the United States for SmackDown. The series, which will be on HBO Max, is filming in Vancouver, British Columbia. Says here, however, a 10-day break isn't a ton of time between jobs, and it's unclear if Cena's in-ring condition. If it's just a one-off appearance to give the crowd a pop, then Cena would almost certainly make a cameo. If WWE wants Cena to commit to an actual in-ring run, though, he may have to wait until he's fully ready to perform. Cloudy, what is going on, man? Welcome to the live stream. I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. Again, we're just having a fun Monday stream every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. I've got the Penguins-Islanders Game 5 up there. Let's go Pens. I put the hat on. The Islanders scored to tie it up, so I took the hat immediately off. At the start of the second period, the Pens are up 2-1. I'm very superstitious when it comes to Stanley Cup playoff hockey. So I had to get a different hat for the stream, so I didn't, jinx my boys. Speaking of returning superstars, not really return, but Edge. A lot of rumored innuendo over the weekend about the Rated R superstar who has not been seen since his main event match at WrestleMania this year. Which led to some rumors about what was going on with Edge, why was he injured or anything like that. However, Sean Ross Sapp over at Frightful Select is reporting that this is simply part of Edge's limited schedule. So, Edge, even though he is back in WWE, is still only working a limited schedule. So it's not like he's just going to be there. He's not an every week guy. He's going to come in, he'll work a program for a couple of months, take a little time away, come back, work another program. I would fully expect Edge to make a return sometime in July to set up a big match with someone at SummerSlam in August. So Edge getting some well-deserved R&R after, good program going into WrestleMania, a great WrestleMania match. Take a little R&R. And like I said, my guess is that he'll be back sometime at the end of July, post Money in the Bank, to start a program for SummerSlam. But speaking of superstars who haven't been seen in a while. Excuse me. Keith Lee also not gone from WWE. Keith Lee has not been seen since February 8th's edition of Monday Night Raw, where he went one-on-one with Matt Riddle, picking up the win. No official word on what is keeping Keith Lee off of television at this point. He has been posting on social media. Not super active, but he was never really that active to begin with. But he has been keeping up on social media over the last couple months, saying that he wants to return. And when asked about when he'll be back or what's next, he only said only time will tell. Now, Sean Ross Sapp, again, from Frightful Select, is reporting that he has confirmed that Keith Lee has not been released by WWE, that he is still employed. And Keith Lee's real-life fiancée, Mia Yim, has tweeted that it's nobody's business regarding Keith Lee's return to the ring. So hopefully Keith Lee will be also making a return in the very near future. So let's see. Aleister Black. Talking about Aleister Black for a second. He made his official in-ring return this past Friday on SmackDown, interfering in the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship. He cut a promo earlier in the night, eventually coming out, hitting Big E with the Black Mass, allowing Apollo to pick up the pinfall win and retain the belt. Now, I just want to bring up something real quick, because a lot of people thought that, this was Big E's year. They broke him off of the New Day. He won the Intercontinental Championship. People were pushing for him to, fight Roman Reigns for the Universal title. And then just a couple months later, he's lost the Intercontinental title, was pinned in the Fatal 4-Way match due to Aleister Black. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Black Mass on SmackDown is going to be the start of an Aleister Black versus Big E program. Now, just putting on my prognosticator hat, which is a different hat, so we'll put my prognosticator's hat on, is that WWE will not be making such a big deal about Aleister Black and all these vignettes and then having him attack Big E if they were simply just going to have Big E squash him in the next couple of weeks. So Big E's gone from being, a fan favorite to win the Rumble, hopeful to go against Roman at WrestleMania, losing the IC title, and what I'm going to guess will be in the losing effort in a program with Aleister Black. But the good thing about Big E is Big E, and he could stand to lose some matches, get Aleister Black over, elevate him up to that upper mid-card IC title level, and then Big E can go on to better things. Power Gamer says, I hope Keith Lee returns at Hell in the Cell. I just hope he returns soon. I miss Keith Lee. I'm a huge Keith Lee fan. I hope he gets back sooner rather than later. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are fans of New Japan, but IWGP Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay did injure his neck recently, and it looks like he's going to have to relinquish the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which is a shame. It is a shame. I'm a big Will Ospreay fan. He seems like a really cool dude. One of the best wrestlers in the entire world. One last thing I'm going to chat here with. And then we're going to get into a video. And I'll come back and we'll do just some random chat. Pulled this up on Bleacher Report. And let me confirm something real quick. So Bleacher Report. Power Game says, did you hear about the $1 million belt that's coming back? Yes. Cameron Grimes, straight to the moon. And Power Gamer, you get a gold star for the segues. And I'll touch on that here in a couple minutes. Why that is a great segue, bringing that up. But we are predicting, or not we, but Kevin Berg over at Bleacher Report, predicting some matches for Hell in a Cell, which is going to take place June 20th. So about 3.5 weeks away from the Yuengling Center in Tampa, Florida, the University of South Florida. Should be the final pay-per-view of the Thunderdome era. Now, there's only one match set now. Bobby Lashley will defend against either Drew McIntyre or Kofi Kingston. Over on Bleacher Report, they were predicting it's going to be Drew McIntyre, which I'd be okay with seeing Drew and Bobby one more time as long as this is the last time. I think if they're going to put it in a Hell in a Cell, it needs to be Drew McIntyre over Kofi Kingston. Not taking anything away from Kofi whatsoever. I do love me some Kofi. I love Kofi Mania. But again, with WWE putting these gimmick pay-per-views throughout the year and then just setting the matches up as opposed to allowing the stories to progress and throwing in a Hell in a Cell match after a 3-month feud where the heel has interference or is running away or cheating or whatever, then you throw in a Hell in a Cell to keep them locked in together. But they shoehorn in these pay-per-views with these forced gimmick matches like Hell in a Cell, like Extreme Rules. I mean, Elimination Chamber I can kind of get because, you have Rumble in January. Say a Raw Superstar wins the Rumble. Then the SmackDown Superstars compete in Elimination Chamber to get a shot at the Universal title. I could kind of get that. That to me kind of works. I could deal with that. But, Hell in a Cell, just randomly thrown in. Normally it is in October, but this year it's going to be in June. There's going to be Hell in a Cell matches, and not every feud that's in a Hell in a Cell match is deserving of a Hell in a Cell match, if that makes sense. But again, I think it's going to be Bobby and Drew. If it's going to be in Hell in a Cell, it needs to be Bobby and Drew. Kofi's just kind of new to this picture, and throwing Bobby Lashley and Kofi Kingston inside Hell in a Cell in just a few weeks, they'd have to do a lot to build up to make me think that match would be, deserving. With Drew and Bobby, however, you've had, the recent, for part of that storyline, you had, the Hurt Business. And then recently you've had Mace and T-Bar stick their nose into this feud. So Hell in a Cell would actually fit for a Bobby-Drew match, as long as this is the end of the feud. Whether that be Drew winning the title and moving on, or Bobby definitively ending Drew's dream to recapture the WWE title. Either way, I'm happy as long as it's the end of the feud. That's what I want. Now, another interesting thing to look out for. Okay, Power Gaming says right now there's a match, Kofi versus Drew. Whoever wins gets to go one-on-one in Hell in a Cell with Bobby. Yep, that's just what we were talking about. So that is actually happening live as I'm recording. As we're recording live. Hey, Salome, welcome to the stream, man. Long time no see. Glad to have you in here again. Welcome, 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 my friend. They're also predicting we could see Roman Reigns versus Jimmy Uso. Now, if you remember, after Roman returned, won the Blue Universal title, he had a long feud with Jimmy's twin brother, Jay, who eventually acknowledged Roman as the tribal chief, as the head of the table. Since Jimmy's return a couple weeks ago, he is having none of Roman's BS. And it's a good way to continue this storyline. You are currently streaming. Awesome. Shout out to Salome's audience. I don't know how that works if you're able to get in there, but shout out. If any of your people come in, shout out over here too. But I do like the idea of a Roman versus Jimmy match. Roman may have to beat Jimmy into submission to have him fall in line because Jimmy says he's nobody's bitch. So I'd be good with this. I don't think that needs to be inside Hell in a Cell, but I think it would definitely be a good match. They're also predicting. Now, again, these aren't official. These are just predictions from over at Bleacher Report. Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Women's title, Bianca Belair and Bayley. They had an amazing match at Backlash. And I would be all about seeing a rematch inside Hell in a Cell. We know that Bayley can work the Hell in a Cell. She did an awesome match against Sasha Banks last year. And the match Bianca and Bayley had just a couple weeks ago was great. It would be a great progression to put it inside Hell in a Cell. And it seems that we're going to be going for a Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair match for the Raw Women's title. I think that kind of goes without saying. Charlotte was not involved in the pinfall at WrestleMania Backlash. And she didn't get pinned, so therefore she should still have an opportunity to get a shot one-on-one with Rhea. And the final match they're predicting is Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell. Now this, even though it's not for a title, and normally you don't see non-title matches inside Hell in a Cell, especially in recent years, but Seth Rollins and Cesaro deserves a Hell in a Cell as a conclusion. I'm fully on board if they do Seth versus Cesaro in the Cell. I think it'd be a very fitting end to the story. And I think you could go either way with winning. Seth's got the Cell experience, so therefore he would have, a kayfabe advantage over Cesaro. Or you could use Cesaro to definitively beat Seth Rollins one more time just to keep Cesaro up at that level. Seth doesn't need to really win a lot of matches unless they want to put him for the title. Because if Seth keeps winning matches, you're going to have to eventually put him against Roman. And I don't know if they want to do that yet. So, Salma says, R.I.P. New Jack, yes. R.I.P. to the legend New Jack. Power Gaming says, I hope it's Jimmy Uso versus Roman at Hell in a Cell. That would be interesting. I agree. I totally agree. I think it will be a fun match, a great continuation of that storyline. To possibly get, Jimmy Uso to fall in line. It'll be Roman's left-hand man, I guess, since, Jay's his right-hand man. Jimmy could be his left-hand man. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break here from the stream. About halfway through. Now, you guys watching live are going to get the world premiere, so to speak. I filmed this unboxing a couple weeks ago. Shout out to my homie Chris for hooking your boy up with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Oh, that's right. It's $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. So, Power Gamer, when you brought up the $1 Million title, like I said, you were the king of the segues. You get a gold star of the segues because we're going to go and watch the $1 Million Man Legend Series 9 figure unboxing. I literally just finished editing the video about 10 minutes before I went live. So this is brand new, fresh, never been seen by anybody else. So we're gonna jump to that. And we'll come back, and then we're just gonna have about 20 or so minutes of just fun chat with you guys here in the live stream. And should be about that time the third period will get started. Pens are up 2-1. Go Pens. I took the Pens head off. I put this on. Pens scored to go up 2-1. So we're going to go to this video. Hang tight on the live stream. We'll be back in just about 4 or 5 minutes. I can't remember exactly how long this video is. About 5 minutes or so. So check this out. And we'll be right back. Right here on Wrestling with Fans. What is good, YouTube? Kyle here from Wrestling with Fans, back with another figure unboxing video. And today, it's all about the money. $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Legends Series 9. This is the non-chase version, unfortunately, but happy to have the $1 Million Man in the collection. Let's take a look at him there in his plastic prison. Got the artwork on one side, same artwork on the other. Looking here at the back, memorable moment Judging by his diabolical cackle, the $1 Million Man proves that money can buy happiness. He even used his bottomless bank account to buy the WWE Championship. When that didn't work out his plans, he just paid off for his own custom title, the $1 Million Championship. So why is he so happy? Because everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man. Really cool to get this figure in the line, Legends and I. You got Nikolai Tatanka. Again, $1 Million Man is the Chase. His Chase variant is the silver suit and also the purple Undertaker, what up, dude? Always got to throw that in there. But let's break the $1 Million Man from his plastic prison, if I could talk today, and let him breathe, because you know how we do here on the channel. Let's take a closer look. Just like that, even I have a price for the $1 Million Man. Free him from the plastic prison. Let's take a look here. First at the accessories. Does come with some, looks like a mic holding hand, what they call choke slam hands. He's got the opposites already on the figure there. It does come with this other head scan, the laughing head scan. This will probably be the one that I display him with, because I think this looks a lot more like what you'd see from the $1 Million Man. And the trusty Halliburton briefcase, which does open. Let's see, are we going to be rich? Are we going to be rich? Oh, and the thing is hard to open. It doesn't want to open. There we go. Jesus. Get some little tiny fake money. You could fill it up with money. Set it up for a cool display. Let's take a closer look here. Of course, he does also come with the $1 Million Championship. We'll take that out. Take a closer look. See, it's all gold. Oh, that paint's a little rubbed off. Not a fan of that, but that's something maybe I could just paint over. Put some silver paint on there. A little paint application on this belt isn't the best, but it's something I could easily fix. I just hate to have to fix something fresh out of the package. It's never fun, but sometimes these QC things just get through. It is what it is, but overall it looks great. Just needs a little touch up on the paint. Let's take a look at the man himself. Let's get this rubber band off of him there. Clean that out. Oh, man, it just fell in the corner. Let's take a closer look at the fig here. Kind of has that smug look on his face. Pretty good head scan for the $1 Million Man. He's got his trusty jacket, which does not come off. I'm sure if you really wanted to get it off, you could just cut it. Let me see. I don't want to pull it just in case. It looks like it's attached. Looks like it's glued there, so we're not going to pull it off. Be nice if you could get that off and maybe change it out with another jacket. And you see it's loose. You can kind of see through there, which is a little disappointing. But overall, it looks amazing. Got the dollar signs on the jacket, the gold trim down his pants. Got his wrestling boots on. The giant dollar sign there on the back. Looks great. Super happy to have the $1 Million Man in my collection. Now we just need to get Virgil so I can have them both on display. Tried hard to find one of them, but I'm sure I could find one at some point when I'm ready to add it to the collection. But for now, we got the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, in the wrestling figure collection. And there you have it, guys. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Legends Series 9. Again, the only small gripe I have is I wish you could open up the jacket and put the belt around his waist and just kind of have the jacket open in the front so you could display him wearing the belt that way. But luckily, it actually does fit over the suit jacket. So if you wanted to display him this way, which is kind of weird, but I gave it a try just to see if it worked, you could do that. And of course, you could always just have the belt over the shoulder, classic style. Put over the shoulder here. There we go. All right, there you have it. $1 Million Man. Are you on the hunt for the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase? Have you found one? Have you found the chase? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't done so already and you want to see more fun content from Wrestling with Fans, click that subscribe button, then click the bell, set notifications to always. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Once again, my name is Kyle. This is Wrestling with Fans, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, guys, every Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Wrestling with Fans podcast on YouTube. I'm just now realizing that my microphone isn't attached to this setup, so you probably didn't hear me earlier in the show when I was talking, but every Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. Facebook.com/Wrestling with Fans. Hawk, smash the like button to keep up to date with everything we do here on the show. You know about the YouTube channel. You're watching it right now. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give the video a thumbs up. And comment. It helps the algorithm. Instagram @WrestlingWithFans. WrestlingWithFans.com is the website. Download or stream the shows anytime. New podcast every Saturday at 6:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take us on the go. Download us to your favorite podcast listening device. Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, all the majors, wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans Podcast. And finally, the email, wwfshow@gmail.com. Coming back in here live. So we're going to do some Q&A. I'll bring the chat window up for the stream. Power Gaming says, that was great. Thank you, Power Gaming. I appreciate that. Again, that was the world premiere of my $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, figure unboxing video. And that's going to go live officially to the YouTube channel as soon as this stream is over. That's going to be the brand new video. So right now, Power Gaming has already hit the question. We'll get to that in just a second. I'm just going to do some Q&A. Anybody watching live, you got questions, comments, anything like that, throw it in the chat. We'll stay live for about another 15 minutes or so and end the stream there. And don't forget, we'll be back Thursday at 8 p.m. So Power Gaming says, what's the most memorable WWE year for you? That is a great question. And that is one that I would probably have to think about for a while to give you like a long form answer. But like just coming off the top of my head, probably like 1999. That is just off the dome, 1999. And the only reason I say 99, and there's probably more years that there was better product, but 1999, and I'll answer it this way. And the only reason I say 1999 is I was a senior in high school. Yes, I'm that old. I graduated before 2000. I graduated in 1999. I was a senior in high school. My friends and I were hardcore backyard wrestling 2, 3, sometimes 4 days a week. We would get together every month at a different person's house, watch the pay-per-views. This is long before the network. This is when you still had to have a special cable box, or you had to go to the cable company. You had to go to the cable company's building and pick up a pay-per-view box and rent one for the weekend just to watch the pay-per-views. And we'd get together, you know, every single month. Again, it was at we usually rotate between like 3 or 4 of our houses. And we'd watch the pay-per-views. You know, I graduated high school. It was just a crazy year. I can't really tell you anything wrestling-wise off the top of my head. Now, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I'm doing this after the fact because that's the main reason I would say 99. So let's look at. I mean, there's probably other, you know, shows or other years that would probably stand out more. But that year, 99, WrestleMania 15. which saw Stone Cold and The Rock in one of their best matches. Taker and Big Boss Man in Hell in a Cell, where Taker just literally hung Big Boss Man to death. You know, there was so much good stuff on that WrestleMania. It's such a good WrestleMania. I'm trying to see here what else went down. Like I couldn't say anything really big. The Finger Poke of Doom took place in January of that year, January 4th, 1999. Steve Austin was a Wrestler of the Year from PWI. PWI Awards, Kane and X-Pac Tag Team of the Year, Match of the Year, Rock and Mankind at the Royal Rumble, Feud of the Year, Austin and McMahon. Hey, Jen, welcome to the stream, babe. 1999 was a great year in general. Yes, it was. Power Gaming says here, if the $1 million belt comes to WWE, who should get the belt? There's going to be something on NXT tomorrow night. The $1 Million Challenge, I believe, is what they're calling it. And I don't know if... I know the belt's going to be there. But I'm guessing they're going to set something up for $1 Million Man and Cameron Grimes to the moon to do something. They're going to introduce the belt into this story, which I think has been just brilliant. If you're not an NXT fan, I highly recommend checking out NXT because the stuff with the $1 Million belt with DiBiase and Cameron Grimes has just been brilliant. Grimes is so underrated as, you know, a performer. He's great in the ring, but as far as his gimmick, you know, and how he portrays it on TV, he's so good. My guess, Power Gaming, would be that Cameron Grimes is going to somehow end up with the belt, at least short term. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. He says, I'm not an NXT fan. Let me ask you this, Power Gaming, have you watched NXT at all? Is it just something that you're just not into, or do you prefer more of like... Because NXT is more pro wrestling, whereas Raw, SmackDown is sports entertainment. You have now Power Gaming. I would recommend check it out tomorrow night. I think you'll be impressed. For my part, just my own personal opinion, NXT is the best show on the best wrestling program out there. Says he likes Raw and SmackDown. Give NXT a try. Give NXT a try. Check it out tomorrow night. Cameron Grimes will be there. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase will be there. I won't get the full blown preview until probably tomorrow, about an hour before the show. But we'll see. Okay, give it a try. I think you might end up liking it more. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm a big fan of NXT. Jason, my best friend, he's a big fan of NXT. He actually lives very close to Full Sail and has gone to several NXT TV tapings, live shows. He's met several NXT wrestlers and Kevin Owens. Apparently Target is the go-to place for WWE superstars in Orlando. He's met Kevin Owens. He stalked Shotzi Blackheart for a couple weeks. Just kidding, he didn't really stalk her, but he ran into Shotzi Blackheart. He's met Shinsuke Nakamura in Planet Fitness down there. So I love hearing the stories when he's out and about in Orlando and he runs into WWE stars and NXT stars around the or not Orlando, but Tampa, around the Tampa area. It says here it's Rhea versus Nikki Cross, and there's 2-minute timer, and I guess you have to beat. So maybe they don't want to beat the clock challenge. That sounds like it's a beat the clock challenge. But on the bright side, at least Nikki Cross is back on WWE television. Haven't seen her in a while. I'm wondering if they're going to get her involved with the Alexa Bliss storyline. All right, so the final thing I want to touch on here, and I saved this for the end. This isn't going to go into the podcast version of the show. This is just going to be like a YouTube exclusive kind of deal. Talked about it on Thursday. Last Thursday. Velveteen Dream was released by WWE. I didn't really talk about it too terribly much. But Dream released a statement. It's a very long statement. So if anybody is interested, I'm going to paste it in the chat. This is Pro Wrestling and MMA World from their Facebook page. Awesome Facebook page for you Facebookers out there. Posting wrestling and MMA news, just like their page says. It's actually a copy of the statement. This is the first time since the whole speaking out movement and the allegations against Dream where he has actually spoken. He's actually given a statement. It's a long read. Just be forewarned, it's probably a 2 or 3 minute read. But it gives his side of the story of everything. And I've seen a lot of people in other Facebook groups and things like that who have been sharing the post and reading, even the comments on that post. Some people are like, I don't know what to think now. A lot of people were quick to judge based off of the silence of WWE and the silence of Dream himself. And but this is his side of the story of everything that went down. So if that's something that interests you, learning Velveteen Dream's side of the story from all the allegations and the controversy that's surrounded him over the last couple of years, you can give that a read. I'm still a huge Velveteen Dream fan. I'm a big fan of Patrick Clark. He's a local guy, somewhat local to me here. And I really hope that one day we'll see him on TV, whether that be back in WWE, AEW, Impact, wherever. And he's so young. He's only like 24, maybe 25, 26 years old. He's a young guy. He's got a lot of years ahead of him. And I'd like to see him back and on our TV screens again here soon. So that's how I wanted to end the show. If you guys wanted to check that out again, there's the link in the chat. You can do so as you see fit. Power Gaming with the Raw updates. I always appreciate the Raw updates. Since I stream during Raw, I appreciate the live updates, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. It says, Nikki just won, Rhea lost track of time, and Charlotte Flair is out. Well, I might check out a few minutes of Raw. The third period of the Pens game just started, so I'm going to get off, watch the end of this game. Let's go Pens. Up next is Asuka versus Flair. See, it sounds like they're doing a Beat the Clock challenge, which is interesting. I'll probably check out... yes, Jen, go Pens, babe. Go Pens. I'll probably check out Wade Keller's Pro Wrestling Torch post-show podcast tomorrow to get all the ins and outs of this week's Raw. That's kind of how I've been digesting Raw lately. I haven't really been wanting to watch just because I can't. I just can't anymore. It just hasn't been very good. But we're going to end the show here, guys. Thank you all so much for being a part of it. I'm going to get everything going here. Power Gaming, as always, my friend, thank you for joining in. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the Raw updates, as always. Joy, thanks for stopping in. I hope you were able to enjoy some of the show. I know you usually come in kind of late, but again, we're going to be streaming at a different time going forward to make it easier on everybody. Cloudy, thank you for stopping in. Salome, it's good to see you. I haven't heard from you in a while. Thank you for stopping in for a few minutes. Good luck with your stream. And Jen, as always, your wonderful new haircut. Love it, babe. But, we got one more question here. What's your non-favorite WWE match in history? So what's my favorite non-WWE match, I guess is what you're going for? Favorite non-WWE match. Let me look. I know the match. I just don't know the event. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I know it. There it is. I wanted to get the year right. I want to make sure I got the year right. My favorite non-WWE match goes all the way back to Halloween Havoc 1997 for WCW Wrestling. Halloween Havoc 1997, Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight title. That match is everything that you need in a wrestling match. That is the attire that they made an Elite figure out of for Rey. And the brand new Seth Rollins, I think it's Elite 86 that's coming out. The attire he wore last year at SummerSlam is based off of Rey Mysterio's attire from that match. But Halloween Havoc 97, Rey versus Eddie. Maybe we'll do a watch-along some point that I'll upload to the website. Because I can't stream the matches here on YouTube. I'd love to be able to do like watch-alongs for certain matches. But maybe I can set something up on the website or like a free feature on Patreon. Something. I'll come up with something. Because the watch-alongs that we've done here in the past have always been a big hit. And apologize to Superfan Nick. I don't know if you check us out on YouTube. I know you're active on the Facebook. We never got around to doing that WrestleMania 3 watch-along. Maybe we'll get to that someday. Power Game, why can't you do a watch-along for WWE? I think it's because the content would get flagged for streaming. Now, I've started to do a little research here and there of ways to do it. Kind of like a reaction video for the match. So I'm going to do some research. And maybe we'll add that in, do some matches during some of these live streams too. We'll do like the first half, like the normal stream podcast type thing, and then the second half we'll do like watch-alongs for matches that'll just be exclusive to YouTube. So I'll look into that, see how I can make that work so it doesn't get copyright strikes or takedowns or anything like that, because I don't want to get any strikes on the channel. We're growing. We're growing. And of course, thanks again to everybody for subbing recently. Again, we're at 94 subs, so close to that 100 goal. And again, when we hit 100 subscribers, Edge Elite Series 83, and as you can tell, it is the Chase variant. It's going to be given away at 100 subs. Hey, Salome, welcome back, my friend. Power Gaming says you should do a long stream someday. I would love to, Power Gaming. The only chances I would have to do a long stream would be on a weekend. And by weekend, I mean Sunday. My future stepdaughter plays softball, and Saturdays she does double headers. And that pretty much takes up my entire Saturday, doing softball dad stuff. And I talked last week I'd like to do some Sunday streams. Either just chatting or maybe playing like some 2K or some gaming. Do like a long gaming stream, just have something to chat about for a while. But the last couple weeks have just been so crazy busy. That's why I've kind of been quiet on the channel as well. Haven't had posted many videos in the last couple weeks. But again, those who are watching the stream earlier, you got to see the world premiere of my brand new figure unboxing. It's going to go live. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. Public. It's getting published right now. So the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase Legend Series 9 video just hit the channel live. So if you missed it earlier, you can check that out right now on the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. But still 2-1. Still 2-1. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do, Power Gaming. Right now, it's just about time. SFW Wrestling Animations is here. Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Are we going to get the name reveal? Power Gaming, thank you. That I really appreciate that. I'm glad you found us too. When I started the YouTube journey, about a year ago, not even a year ago, I had no idea what was going to happen. And I've said this before, but I'll reiterate it one last time here. We had grown on YouTube to like 120 some likes, 130 some follows, and I got to the point where if I wanted to grow the brand, the Wrestling with Fans brand anymore, I needed to do something else. And YouTube, to me, was the best option. At one point, I was streaming on Twitch, but unless you're one of the top, 5% of Twitch, you're not going to get discovered. There's no real discoverability on Twitch. I've done a lot of research on Twitch versus YouTube. And I watched a lot of Devin Nash. And if those of you know who Devin Nash is, you understand why. I was following him and heeding his advice. There's no discoverability on Twitch, but there's a lot of discoverability on YouTube. And maybe about a quarter of the subscribers, a third of the subscribers, are from actual friends or followers of the show. Everybody else has just found us randomly. And it's been the best way to grow. And I'm so grateful for everybody who's been on board for the first year. I mean, really, I've only been streaming for like the last couple months. And I went to 5 nights a week. And even Jen told me at one point, she's like, are you going to be able to handle it? And I was like, yeah, I can do it as long as they're short streams. But after a few weeks, I realized streaming 5 nights a week, it was just too much. So that's why I cut back to 2. Says Power Gaming, Charlotte Flair's got a lot of muscle. Yes, Charlotte Flair did a big body transformation. And SFW says Salome's real name is Caleb. Exclusive here on Wrestling with Fans for those who check out Salome on YouTube. But yeah, Power Game, it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed this little community of you guys who enjoy watching the stream, who love chatting with me every week, who watch the videos. I wish I could live stream 5 days a week for several hours a day. I wish I could do this full time. It'd be a lot of fun just to sit here and chat with you guys all afternoon, all evening long. I would love to be able to do that, but unfortunately, I have to adult, and this is just kind of my fun thing I do on the side with the podcast, the YouTube channel, the fig hunts, the toys, all of that stuff. This is just kind of my fun thing. And again, we got other stuff coming too, because don't forget, I haven't really plugged it tonight, but KC Toys, Power Gaming, you brought it up earlier. Chris has been killing it on NECA. He has got a NECA collection you wouldn't believe just in the last few weeks. He's been filming stuff. And I've been doing some wrestling figures. Again, I talked about this last Thursday. The toy hunts and the figure unboxings, they're going to wind down here on Wrestling with Fans. It's strictly going to be wrestling, TV wrestling product. All of the toy stuff, the fig hunts, the unboxings, the news, things like that, are going to go over to KC Toys, which will be videos, which will be live streams. I don't know how the schedule is going to work with Wrestling with Fans, which is my number one. As far as YouTube goes, my number one priority here on YouTube. But Chris is so excited and so looking forward to getting that YouTube thing going that I want to make sure I try to give him as much time as I can as well. Power Game says, I hope you get 100 subs soon, so close. Yes. Again, thanks to all the people who have subbed in the last week or so, the last few days. I'm running down the names: Brad, Jordan, John, Alex, Caroline, Amber, Justin, Louie, Joel. Thank you guys so much. And Jen says, we are a fun little family. Yes, we are. The Wrestling with Fans fam. Salome says, don't worry, Matt. I wouldn't exploit your name on any channel. Wait, oops. Rutro. I mean, we could get a Hell in a Cell match for SFW and Salome. We could get a Hell in a Cell match coming. I think it's going to go down, guys. But again, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It's been so fun. I love doing these streams with you guys. And again, hopefully one day as life starts to calm down a little bit, I can stream a little more frequently and a little longer. On weekends, we'll do some long streams. I'll make sure I do some long streams. Maybe I'll try to do something this Sunday. I don't know what's going on. Well, actually, probably not this Sunday because it's Memorial Day weekend. Never mind. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm not going to be streaming on Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to be partying, grilling, something. Do something fun for Memorial Day. But that's going to do it for this stream here, guys. Again, thank you all so much for joining me, everybody. You guys are amazing. You make it fun. My first month streaming, I only had maybe one person ever in here. So now that we got a fun little fan base, it makes it so much more fun chatting with you all on here. I really humbly appreciate each and every one of you. We'll close up with a couple more chats. Power Gaming says, I would always be here. I appreciate that, and you were always welcome. Thank you for always hopping in. Salome says, if I get 30 subs, I would tell his embarrassing life story what happened on Christmas. Can we get Salome to 30 subs? You know what, Salome? I'm going to try to help you out, friend. If you haven't checked out Salome's channel, there you go. Check out Salome's channel, guys. Oh no. Oops, something went wrong. I hope I'm still going here. I don't know if that's the right. Let me try that again. Copy. Life, calm down. You're cute. I know, babe. I know. Nope, that's not it. Yep, that's the wrong link. I just figured that out. There we go. We'll remove that message. Let's make sure that worked. Yep, Salome there. You're 24 subs, but I need 6 to 100. You need 6 to 30. So if you're watching, you haven't checked out Salome's channel, go give him a sub. Help get him to 30. We'd love to see him get 30 when I hit 100. So, guys, I'm keep rambling on. I got to end this stream here. But again, $1 Million Man video just went live. Check that out if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys back here Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. I'll be here saying I was one of the OG. Yes, Salome, you're also one of the OGs in here. You guys are kind of like my OG family. Appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys Thursday, 8 p.m. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and tomorrow and Wednesday, and I'll see you guys Thursday. But until then, don't forget to subscribe. Yep, Power, you've been here for a while. 70 subs. Some of you guys that are here early are gonna be on board when we grow, and I'll be. The best part is I'll be able to celebrate with all of you guys when we hit these milestones. I trust me. I want to celebrate. I want to give away a figure to somebody. Normally people don't want to give away. I'm trying to give away stuff. So hopefully we'll be giving it away soon. Fingers crossed. We need 6 more to go. See you guys next time. This is Wrestling with Fans. Once again, my name is Kyle. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you Thursday, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. Peace.